network file system. In that we had studied what is exactly a network file system. So if there are two computers where one is acting as client and one is acting as server, so if we want they both to communicate with each other and to share the data as well, we call it as a network file system. So there's a client machine which will send a request to the server machine to which it is connected, and then it will also share some data which can be communicated later to the other computers which are there over the network. So when I say that a client machine is putting the data on the server system, or if it is sharing a data, or if it is exchanging the data may be a part, or it may be a file, or it may be a folder also. So when I say it is sharing, it is exchanging, it is putting the data, we call it as a mounting of data. So again, the mounting part will be entire file, can be a part of a file, or it may be entire folder also. Then we had seen that whenever those two machines are communicating, they require a port over which the communication can happen. So who is going to tell you that which is the port where the communication happens? It is the port mapper. So the function of port mapper is that it should tell on which port the data is to be listened, or on which port the data is getting listened. So we follow the procedure of RPC, that is remote procedure call, where there are certain RPC calls or RPC commands, like establishing the communication, giving the acknowledgement that the communication is established, then sending the data request, acknowledging that the request is received, then transferring the data, and then giving the acknowledgement that whatever data was asked for is received, and at last closing the connection. So who is the port, or who will be telling that which port is listening to all these commands or all this information? It will be told by the port mapper. Then we had seen that to do these functions, we require two types of daemons. One is NFSD daemon and one is the mount daemon. So in the NFSD daemon, what do? Is we provide this network file system services. And where do we provide these services? We provide the services on the server machine. And to use this service, we have to run this particular daemon on the system. Next, we have seen that it is the mount D daemon, that is rpc.mountd program. What is the function of this program? It is used for answering the client request to the mount file system. So whatever client requests are coming, who is going to answer all those client requests on the file on the system? It will be answered by the mount D daemon. Then we had seen that to enable this NFS, or to enable this network file system, we have to do certain settings on the server system, and we have to do the settings on the client system also. Now what settings do we have to do on the server system is, first we have to install this NFS kernel server. So we install that with the help of a command, that is install NFS kernel server. Once that installation is done, we create a folder which we want to share. So we create a folder by using the command sudo mkdir, which means I'm creating a directory. Where that directory is created, it is created inside the mount directory, and we can have any name of the folder which we want to create, and later it will be shared by this particular name. So we have created a folder called as shared folder inside the mount directory, and later we will be putting the files and folders into this particular location and then sharing it with the other clients. Then we also have to give certain permissions if we want to give permissions, or we can also keep the permissions open that anybody can read, write and execute. If we want to change the permissions, we can also change the permission. If we want to make some particular users as owner, we can make them as owner also. And if we do not want to make anybody owner, we can change that ownership by using the command shown. So by this we change the owner. So if we want, we keep the owner. If we do not want, we do not keep any owners. After that, we assign the server access to the client through the NFS export file. So we use this path, that is /etc/export, and we assign the server access to the client by using this particular export file. How do we actually share is by putting the client IP address over here. So we assign the client IP address and then we share this particular folder. So after the IP addresses are being assigned, we directly export the directory by using the command export fs-a. And we check the status whether it is connected or not by using the command ufw status. So if it is allowed, that means the connection is done and the exchange will happen. If the status is not allowed, we can allow it by using the command ufw allow and mention the IP address. So for this IP address, the session will be allowed or the session will be created for exchanging the information. Then some configuration, we do it on the client side also. So we install the NFS common on the client machine. After we install NFS client, we also create a folder over there, which means whatever is going to be shared by the server side will automatically come inside that particular folder. So we again name that particular folder with whatever name we want. So the command uses same mkdir-p/mount/shared folder inside the client machine. So whatever will be shared will be there inside which folder inside the client folder of the client machine. Then we directly mount that shared directory on the client system. And to do that, what do we do is command uses sudo mount server IP, name of the folder which is on the server machine and name of the folder which is on the client machine. Okay. And later we test the connection on the client side also. Okay. After that, we had seen how do we mount and unmount the file system. Does anybody remember what is mount? What do you mean by mount?
Allow it to be accessible, allow the
Yes,
files to be accessible.
correct. Whatever device we attach, the entry of that device is inside the DEV directory. But in case if we want to access the file of those devices, we can access it by using the mount and unmount commands. Okay. So mount is nothing but accessing the contents of the files which are there inside the system. And how do we do that? We do that by using a command mount option device name and directory. That means I am mounting this device, but with what mount point? It will be with the mount point name as /mount/media, which means what? I have a device name as SDB1, but the contents of these SDB1 can now be accessed by going inside the mount directory. Inside that, there will be a file called as or named as media. Okay. Same if I want to unmount, I have to use a command called as umount. So for mount, the command is mount itself, but for unmount, the command is umount. So you can unmount the files either by using the mount point name or directly by using the disk name. So you can directly use this SDB1 to unmount, or you can specify this mount point as media to unmount the file system. And unmount means whatever was being accessible to you up till now will no longer be accessible. So to access, you use mount, and to make the access stop or to discontinue the accessing, you can use unmount command. So we had done up till here. Today we'll be seeing printing components of printing system. Now what do you mean by printing? Any idea? Printing क्या होता है? Anybody? Printing, it is very simple. Every one of us keep on doing.
Print. To print.
Yes, printing means you are giving some documents to get it print. So how the documents are given in a form of hard copy, soft copy, कैसे दिया जाता है?
Soft copy.
Soft copy.
Correct. You give the input in a form of soft copy and you get an output in a form of hard copy. So a function of printing is done by the printer. And what does a printer do? It accepts the input in a form of soft copy and takes output or brings output in a form of hard copy. Correct? So can I give any file to print, or it will accept only Word file?
Any file.
Yes, it can allow any file to be printed. If I have Word file, it will allow me Word file. If it is Excel, it will allow me to print Excel. If it is PDF, it will allow me to print PDF. If it is any PPT, it will allow me to print PPT. So let it be any form of document. Any document can be printed. So there is no restriction that it will print only specific types of files. It can print any type of files. So we will be seeing what is actually the printing. What are the commands to actually print from a Linux system? So in Windows, what do? We press Control P, or we go to the file menu and we click on file and we say print. Okay. But in Linux also, we can use the GUI part. But in case if I want to do the printing through command line, you have to use certain commands. So we'll see what are the commands that are used for printing the documents. So we have components like print device file, and we have a spooler. Okay, what is this spooler? It is a software program which is responsible for managing all print jobs. What do you mean by print jobs? Any idea?
Multiple printing requests.
Multiple printing requests. Do you remember jobs of operating system? ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम का जॉब याद है क्या? क्या है? जॉब, प्रोग्राम, प्रोसेस. Do you remember these terms?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, क्या थे? Are all the three mean same?
A job is a process which needs to execute.
Correct. A job is a process which needs to execute. So can I say it is somewhat similar to program?
Yes, ma'am.
Program is
Yes,
also a
ma'am.
set of instructions which will be executed. So now when I say a spooler is a software program responsible for managing all print jobs. So print jobs are nothing but the list of files which are to be printed. Okay, so if I have 5 files, all those 5 files will be called as print jobs. Okay, so I have file number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will be print job number 1, print job number 2, job number 3, job number 4, and job number 5. So who is responsible for managing all those printing documents or printing files? It is the program called as print spooler who will be responsible for managing all the print jobs. Okay. Many times विंडोज में आपने देखा होगा कि बाय मिस्टेकली सपोज एक प्रिंट दे दिया आपने एंड यू वांट टू स्टॉप दैट प्रिंटिंग. सो व्हाट डू यू डू ऑन द राइट कॉर्नर ऑफ योर स्क्रीन? You can click on the up arrow key. When you click on the arrow key, it will show you all hidden icons. In that you can find printer. If the printer is attached, you can find those printers. And when you right click, it will show you an option: open all printing documents or open all printing jobs. So when you click on that, it will show you all the printing files which you have given for printing. So out of that, if you want to cancel, you can simply right click and cancel. If you want to delete, you right click and delete. So the window that opens, who is managing that window? It is nothing but the print spooler program who is managing that window. Okay. So where I will find the list of all printing documents, it will be found in a software program called as spooler. Is this understood to you?
Yes, ma'am.
So if I am sending 4 files for printing, in this particular spooler program or in the software program, I will find the entry of all those 4 files. ठीक है? तो अगर मैंने कंट्रोल पी 4 बार किया है, तो वो 4 डॉक्यूमेंट्स वो मुझे प्रिंट स्पूलर में मिलेंगे. ओके. When the entry will come in that particular program only if you have given the command. अगर कमांड नहीं दिया है तो इट इज नॉट कि यू विल फाइंड दोस फाइल्स इन द प्रोग्राम. कमांड देने के बाद ही उसका एंट्री वो प्रोग्राम में होता है. ओके. So the print spooler program may allow user to delete the print job being processed or otherwise manage the print jobs currently waiting to be printed. So once you give the print command, after that if you feel that you don't want to go for further printing, it allows you to delete, it allows you to cancel, it allows you to pause for a certain period of time. So once you submit, all the managing work of deleting, getting completely printed, removing it, rescheduling it, all can be done with the help of this particular program. And what is that called? It is called as spooler. Understood? What is it? Have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it is a program which will manage all the printing documents which are given to be printed by the user to the system. Clear? Now let us
Yes,
see
ma'am.
what is print queue. What is print queue? Print queue. Queue क्या होता है? What is normal queue?
Print requests which are later to be executed.
Correct. So if I have given 5 documents for printing, so if currently 1 is getting printed, remaining 4 are in a queue. So 1 खत्म होने के बाद 2 का printing होगा. 2 get printed at the same time. Am I audible?
Ma'am, in between you are fluctuating.
Because I got a Yes, I'll repeat. I said print queue is nothing but a place where all the printing documents which are to be printed are waiting. So one by one, the process of printing will get completed. And once, when all the printing of those documents are completed, your print queue will become empty. So if you have given two files for printing, currently file number one will be printed and file number two will be in a queue waiting.
Ma'am.
Was I audible?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Your your voice was fluctuating.
प्रिंट क्यू समझा कि नहीं समझा और शुड आई रिपीट इट अगेन?
Ma'am, can you repeat again?
Ma'am, can you repeat again?
ठीक है. Okay. So if I have given two documents for print, to the system for
Ma'am,
printing. हाँ.
Ma'am, your voice is
आज वापस
again
गया.
fluctuating.
Okay, wait. I will.
Rejoin, ma'am. Rejoin.
I'll do that. I'll disconnect and I'll come again.
Sorry.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what is print queue? It is a place where all the documents which are to be printed are waiting in the queue. Okay. If I have two files to be printed, those two files will be waiting where it will be waiting in the print queue. File number one will be given for printing. Once file one has completed, it will take file two for printing. Once when both the printing or once when printing of both the documents are completed, your print queue will become empty. Is this clear up to here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if I am connected to one computer, my computer is connected to one printer, my all the request of printing will go to that particular printer. But in case over a network, if I'm connected to some another printer, I can also give the documents to be printed on that particular printer, which is shared on the network. Okay, so I can have both connected, one directly to my system, other which is shared over the network. Fine, is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So in that case, it may happen that file number one will come out from the printer which is attached to my computer. But if I've given file two on which is connected over a network, so I may get file two printed from the network connected printer. Okay, so I'll get printouts at the simultaneously at the same time. And how can we achieve this? One via connected to our own computer and other which is shared via the network. So I can have network printing.
Ma'am.
Am I audible?
No, ma'am. Your voice
No, ma'am.
again.
नहीं, अभी अभी आवाज आ रही है.
या
अभी आ
मैम
गया.
उससे
हाँ, ठीक
पहले
है.
जो आपने बोला वो आवाज नहीं आ रहा था.
हाँ, वो एक्चुअली देयर सम नेटवर्क इशू इन द कॉलेज. So every one of us might have heard certain terms like document name, status, owner, page, size, submitted, and code. Have you all heard these terms while giving a print from Windows operating system?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean by document name?
The name of
It
File name.
is, yes, it is a
document
file
to print.
name. It is a file name or a name of a file which is given to the printer for printing. So if I've given a roll call list of TYCO, so what can be the name of the file? TYCO roll call list. So what is a TYCO roll call list? It is nothing but the name of the document which will be given to the printer for printing. Okay. Now what is the status?
Is it printed or yet to be printed?
Am I audible?
Yes.
Anyone knows what is the status?
Is
Now
it
we just,
printed or yet to be printed?
correct. Now we just now studied that what is print job. What is it? It is nothing but the list of all documents which will be given to the printer for printing. Who is going to manage all these jobs? It will be managed by the spooler program, a software program called a spooler. Now, when I also explained you that you can go to some location and you can pause the printing, you can delete the printing, you can reschedule the printing, you can cancel the printing, or you can see which is currently getting printed. So what are all these cancelling, removing, deleting, currently printing? All this is nothing but the status of the files that are getting printed on the printer. So if I have given 4 files, out of which if file number 2 is getting printed, what will be the status of file 1? It will show you, if the printing is completed, it will show you completed. What will be the status of file number 2? It will show you that it is still printing. So if it is in the process of printing, it will show you the status as printing. If it is already completed, it will show you the status as completed. Now out of 4 files, if I want to delete, if I want to delete, suppose file number 4, what I can do is I can simply right click and click on the button called as delete, or I can say cancel, or I can say remove. So what will happen? Again, the queue will be updated, or your spooler program will be updated, and out of 4 files, you can now only see 3 files. File number 1, which has completed the printing, file number 2, which is in the process of printing, and file number 3 is waiting in the queue to be printed. So what are all these? Nothing but the status of the particular file which have been given to the printer for printing. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is the owner. What is this owner?
Owner of that file.
It is not the owner of the file. It will show you that which particular computer is printing that particular file. So if I have logged in as KJSP, who will be the owner? KJSP will be the owner. But if I am on a network with Pratham and Nishit, everybody together, so what will be over there? Nishit will be one of the owner who is printing the file. Pratham will be one of the owner who is printing the file. Soham will be one of the owner who is printing the file. Along with that, KJSP will also be one of the owner who is printing the file. So owner is generally helpful only when it is a shared network print. Is important. But if there is one-to-one connection, I know that which is a computer from where the print is being given. Understanding? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay. Next is what? Pages. What do you mean by pages?
Total number of pages to be printed.
Correct. It will show you total number of pages to be printed. So if you have 3 pages, it will show you 1 of 3 printing, 2 of 3 printing, 3 of 3 printing. So what is that? It is keeping a track of number of pages that are getting printed. Have you ever seen 1 of 3 printing, 2 of 3 printing, 3 of 3 printing like that?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So what are those? Those are nothing but it is getting the it is printing the pages one by one, and it is showing you that how many are the total pages, and out of which how many are being already completed its printing, or which is the current one which is getting printed. Next is size. What is size?
Size of file.
Size of the file.
It is, yes, it is the size of a document or a size of a file which you have given for the printing. So if I have 4 files, it is not necessary that all the 4 files will be of same size. The size of the file keep on differing. Then next is submitted. What is this submitted?
Files are submitted.
It shows the date and timestamp of pending or printed document. Which means what?
Yes,
Maybe
ma'am.
the history.
Sorry?
History when which document was printed.
Okay, so if I have 4 files, it may happen that file 1 is given on date 4th October 11/25. File 2 given on 4th October 11/26. File 3 4 October 11/27.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible.
Yes, my connection is lost. Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So where were we? So we were at submitted. So what is that submitted? It is going to tell you that at which particular date and what was the timestamp when the document was given to printed. Once when the printing is completed, it will also attach a new timestamp that at what time it had completed its printing. So for example, if I have file number 1, I'll give that file on suppose 11:30. So it will give me in a submitted status as 4th October 11:30, the document was given to be printed. Again, after the printing is completed, it will attach one more timestamp to it, stating that 11:35, something like that. So what is that 11:30? It is a time on which the document was given for printing, and 11:35 was a time when the printing was being completed. So this submitted tells you that which is the time and which is the date when the document was given, and what is the date and what is the time on which the document was completed the work of printing. Clear? Yes? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And last is port. Any idea what is this port? What is the port? Are you aware what are the ports on our computer system?
No,
Please
ma'am.
say yes or no, otherwise I think I'll get disconnected.
No, ma'am.
अच्छा,
No.
क्यों IO पोर्ट सुना नहीं है कंप्यूटर में IO पोर्ट्स?
Yes, ma'am.
USB and PS2 and all.
सॉरी
USB, PS2 and all.
करेक्ट हाँ USB, PSU, then what we have IO ports, LAN ports. So what are these? Now, do you know the name of the port on which the printer is connected?
Nowadays, USB is
Correct.
there.
Nowadays we have USB. So if it is a laser printer or if it is an inkjet printer, we generally have a USB connection. But in case if it is a dot matrix printer, your USB doesn't work. That means the port or the cable which is used for the dot matrix printer is not USB. We have a D type connector called as D25 or also called as parallel port connector. So the port of the printer always keeps on differing depending on what type of printer it is. If it is laser or inkjet, nowadays they are replaced with USB. But in case if it is a dot matrix printer, we have a printer port called as D25. Okay, D for Dubai, D, that is D25. Why it is called as 25? Because it has 25 pins, and to those 25 pins, we do the connection of our printer, and therefore it is named as D25 port, or it is also called as parallel port. Now, why it is called as D? Because it is in the shape of D. Therefore, it is called as D. Now, you might have seen it in our colleges also. I'll just show you how does it look like. Can you see the image?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So, see, it is like this. It looks like this. It is also called as parallel port or it is called as D-type connector. It has 25 pins, and since the shape is like this is the standing line and this is the curve of the D. Therefore, since it is in the shape of D, it is called as D, and it has 25 pins. Therefore, it is called as D25, or we also call it as parallel port. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
this is the
ma'am.
port
Yes,
which
ma'am.
is used. Okay, so this is a port which is used for connection of dot matrix, but nobody uses dot matrix these days. It is USB, either laser or inkjet that we use. So therefore, the port nowadays is usually the USB port. It is no longer parallel port which is used. अगर आपके घर पे डेस्कटॉप है तो आपके सीपीयू के पीछे जो आईओ पोर्ट का पैनल है उधर पिंक कलर का एक पोर्ट रहेगा. दैट पिंक कलर का पोर्ट इज कॉल्ड एज D25 or the parallel port. Okay. Now we have certain files which are associated with the printing in the Linux. Which are those files? One of the file is /etc/printcap. Okay, what is it? The printcap database is used for describing printer का नाम क्या है. If I want to find these details, where
And
I
can
will
you
find
repeat this again because you are very
Sorry?
fluctuating. Ma'am, your voice is very fluctuating, so can you repeat this?
I'll repeat. Now, what we saw up till here was what are the components, not components, but what are the things that are associated with printing. We should have a document name, we should know what is the status, we should know who is the owner, we should know what is the size of the file, we should know to which So all this information we use when we give a file to get printed. But when we talk about
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.